the conclusion to this little scary demon cultist arc was the demon itself, Rock Tulkesh, rising from a burning portal to a hells that does not belong to this world, and bursting forth in a surge of rusted weapons into this world, chasing y'all out of the cave in a mad panic. Y'all would not have been able to get out, save for a very I'll hold them off situation with Chaos on the lightly worn path, going toe to toe with a demon, an overlord, no less. Enlarged and empowered by holy armor, Theos seemingly breathed his last, battling to get y'all out to safety.
I've seen this before. He comes back in a different color.
Afterward, the party skedaddles and continues their journey through the Underdark, but not long before it's interrupted. As on the following day, y'all begin to hear the pounding of footsteps as of some enormous sort of equine creature, potentially. But it's not coming near you. Little guy is freaked out and still hasn't truly expressed to any of you why, including Mac, who can now understand him. Very exciting.
How did that
Through
happen?
the process of scientific advancement, we have developed
Science, bitch.
Like Mac's tagline, you gotta kill someone. Science, bitch.
Moving through the Underdark over the course of the next 3 days, you'll hear at odd hours these stomping footsteps, and eventually our boy Dravik sees fit to set us up in a safe house. There are safe houses all along the way to Grackleshoe, and along most major routes of the Underdark that the Underground Railroad uses to shepherd people temporarily. They're usually stocked with a couple days' supplies and secreted somewhere out hidden. Perhaps not hidden enough. Curse barely had time to put together the worst possible concoction of items imaginable and give it a couple of hours to steep before something is coming. And as Mac has set up Mordenkainen's, not private sanctum, and not magnificent mansion. Is it Mordenkainen's private sanctum?
It is. Yes, it is.
That's very silly of me. He barely has time to set up a private sanctum in a perimeter around the house before you hear the footsteps again. Yeah, like that. Mordenkainen's private sanctum has a border that looks like a wall of gray mist. Floating in this wall of gray mist is text, glyphs, the structural elements that make magic what it is. Math. And you can hear as the stomping footsteps grow closer and closer, they stop outside of this gray mist. Volton, you and everyone else are in a shabby little shack made of jerkwood, as many shabby shacks are in the Underdark. It used to have supplies. They've since been, repossessed, not only by y'all, but by a small sort of hodgepodge group of travelers.
That are with us right now.
They are presently hiding, for indeed they have children.
So are these the same refugees that we fled from the demon worshipping place with?
They're also here. It's
A few of them.
a crowded little shack.
Okay.
So, what are we doing, folks?
If I
Um,
remember correctly, most of us are kind of like just preparing for something to come. I think Curse, you're inside because some of us are standing like outside where that shack is, like the safe house is, and some of us are staying inside of it. If I remember correctly, Curse is inside, going for a distance position. I turned myself invisible, and I'm hanging out next to him,
What's
weapon drawn, ready for anything.
two
And
things.
Blake, you were not here last session, is that correct?
Yeah, I was here for the last
Um,
2 sessions, but I listened to session 14, but I haven't
The last
heard any of
session.
what's going on with this giant horse thing or whatever.
For a little context for you, last session, little guy shared memories with you all about being chased by this creature, and he didn't have any memories of what the whole creature looked like, but when he was hiding, he could see these large, like, insectoid legs that went from standing on 2 legs down to standing on like 6 legs, and saw this creature attack, fight a bunch of myconids, and like the myconids were just kind of getting one-shotted, and they were
Those are
just
the fungus
black
people,
spraying
right?
everywhere. The mushroom people.
Yeah.
So to give you some context, this is what little guy is freaking out about.
Okay. Volton's probably been ever since he killed or the ambiguous fate of Gawain. He's been very espresso depresso and has not said a single word, as if like the motivating force for his actions has been gone, or his player character was not, or his player was not here. But he's been very extremely silent, like no reaction to anything, like kind of in character, just doing the bare minimum, keeping refugees safe, that sort of stuff. There's something else now, I can't remember it. Oh yeah, what's the geographical layout of this place around the shack? Are we just like in an open
Oh
area,
yeah,
or is it
great question.
like down a canyon or something, or what's going on?
Around the surrounding area of this shack, there is a small clearing in amid a maze of twisting tunnels. There are many of these little uh, guides call them shortcuts. The people they're guiding call them death traps. all around the Underdark. These little inlets and outlets of caves and cave systems. This is one of many that the Underground Railroad has managed to
Okay.
find a place in.
Is there an obvious direction this sound or threat is coming from?
It has stopped in front of the mist.
Oh, we can't see through this.
No.
We can't see through it either.
If I were to go up to it, could I blind sight shenanigans through it? Like see 10 feet through it?
The mist is probably close to that thick.
Oh, all right. I didn't know if it was like, oh, there's a layer or. I'm gonna put my. I don't know. I'll just go to the direction that we heard it coming from, and showing the first initiative I've shown in several days. I'll stand up from my brooding and sort of stomp over to it, silently, of course.
Yeah, silently. What armor are you wearing?
Well, I mean, not like with my plate armor, not saying anything.
Yeah. Okay. How are we responding to that action?
Yo, man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hiding. I'm gonna be next to Curse. Assume that unless I say otherwise, type of thing.
I would be kind of getting ready, and I'm actually a little like because I can. Curse knows that he can take advantage or help the frontline people or melee people with distance. So that's his goal, is to kind of just chill in the back and see where
Actually,
things go.
Curse, just at this. As the little guy's right next to you,
Yeah.
like I don't know if necessarily you knew he was next to you, but you start seeing like the side, like just the back of your mind, you keep seeing the images of those bodies of the Myconids keep dropping on like repeat, and you're starting to think that might be little guy just like hyper fixating on like all those creatures, those beings just keep getting killed.
Yeah.
And just how scared he is. Like
Uh,
it's like his fear is manifesting outward of him and not being contained internally.
Sure. I'm going to put my hand on your shoulder and kind of pat it. And get in front of you.
Dope.
Mac,
Bolton.
can you keep this up indefinitely?
No. No, I cannot. If I could, I would, but
At this point, the spell has like 20 more hours.
yeah. It is a 24-hour spell that it is all I can muster, but at the end of the 24 hours I can recast it.
But that would take time, correct?
10 minutes or so.
At which point would be enough time for whatever threat is out there to engage us.
Engage is one word of putting it, yes.
Well, I will be engaging it as well.
I will say that there is no way for us to leave outside of that entrance, pointing at where the beast is. If we start a fight, we should start the fight with some advantages on our end.
Can we hear any? Can noise go through this thing, or is it totally like a cutoff?
No. The sound cannot pass through the barrier. Things can come in and out of it. Like it's not a physical barrier, but like sound, divination magic, it stops. Nothing can teleport into the place either. But this is not like a actual physical building that big said terrible beastie would run into and hit, and it would just go through it and attack us anyway. So physically, we're not technically safe.
Oh, so we could just walk through at any point.
Yes.
Oh, I was not aware of that. Oh,
It's just chilling.
We vibing.
so we could go in and out at any
Good morning,
point.
Tristan.
So,
Good morning.
how long have we hit like the 10-minute mark yet, Tom? Of just
10 minute
waiting?
mark.
Like, how long have we been just waiting?
Yeah. 10
Okay.
10 minutes sounds about right.
Okay. So, when we hit that 10-minute mark, Curse is going to look back to little guy and just simply say, "Stay here." And Curse is gonna go up to Volton and say, "Do I take a peek?"
You're more than
He
welcome
dies
to.
immediately.
Okay. All right.
We
I
need-
walk up to this side of the wall. I know that's a bubble, but I essentially will go where the fortress is and where the side of the wall of this cave is. I want to peek my head like along the side of the wall. And kind of
Curse.
just take a peek.
Roll me a luck check.
You know.
He's dead. He's dead. He's so very, very dead.
His headless body staggers back into the.
I'm waiting for this.
My body comes back in with no head.
Yeah, he gets just in. Oh my gosh.
11.
11. On an 11, you poke your head out, and as you do, you cannot see the creature because you're not on the right side, but you do hear shuffling,
Not on the right
loud
side.
shuffling footsteps. It is treading the perimeter.
Ah.
Jaden's new character is messed up. I don't know what's going on.
I poke my head back in, and he is here still. He's trying to figure out a way in.
Does he not know he can?
He's a dumb beast.
I mean, do we know what this is?
I couldn't see him, unfortunately. He was on the other side of the dome.
Let's not assume it's dumb then. Well, we're going to solve this problem or not. I'm going to gesture to my. I'm going to gesture to my. There's like 3 or 4 of the remaining knights too, right?
I think
Mhm.
we set
Yeah,
them
there's
up,
3.
actually.
I'm just going to get them like, all right, boys. Let's gesture to them to form up on me, and I'm just going to heft my shield and confidently walk outside.
As you start walking
Flail at the
out,
ready, of course.
As you start walking out, you hear little guy in your head. And really, more you see you keep seeing the images of these bodies falling, and then you keep hearing death, 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 death. It's like little guy is not here, but he's just like, don't engage, run away. Like you can
Wait, you're
like,
not here?
I'm invisible in the back, in your head.
Okay. And I can't remember. Can I respond to you telepathically?
Yeah. Yes, you can.
I'm not going to, but I'm going. I just
Yeah,
can't.
you always can. Anyone can.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go out. Like, if anyone cares to join me, I'm tired of waiting.
Javik would follow. Yep.
And we're gonna form a little shield wall, and we're gonna head out.
I'm gonna stick against a wall. The same wall that I was looked at the first time. And
You all hear in your heads, no, death, don't, no.
You
Mac is pulling out his spell book, and he says, "We've seen this before."
No, you haven't. No, you haven't. No, you haven't.
Little guy,
I am seeing it.
are you going to stay within the barrier where you cannot see anyone, or are you going to move outside?
I am staying in the barrier. I'm
Okay.
staying here. I'm hiding. I'm like a little kid that's been like, you know, when like little kids when they're like afraid of like the monster in their closet and they hide underneath the
Yeah.
covers. I'm doing that.
Except this one turns invisible.
Yep.
Well, the way I imagine, like me and the boys, we're all like going out, sort of form a little perimeter, shields together, and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
Heads on swivel. That well, my head doesn't matter, but their heads on swivel.
As y'all move out of the mist, I need another luck check. This time from Valden, as you're spearheading the operation.
I'm on the
Wait a
left
minute.
side, by the way.
Volton,
Or the
before
same
before we
side.
go, should I just move my face outside the mist to see if what it actually is?
Also, I think I can make a suggestion to the creature to have him just not disturb us.
I thought we couldn't do magic stuff through this thing.
Yes, but if I stick my head out, then I could persuade it.
We want to persuade this thing.
I got magical eyes for that.
How about
And
we
he
go
gives
out
you a
together
wink. Yes, I agree. We should probably go
Together.
together, though.
in a show of strength, and then we go from there.
Agreed.
If it wants to talk, we'll talk. I'm not getting that impression.
Yeah,
Tom,
screw it. Let's do it.
Tom, I am I'm
luck check.
holding suggestion until the creature makes a violent action towards Volton. If that's okay.
I got a 17.
On your luck check.
Yeah.
Okay. Then on a high roll, I'll let you choose. Is the creature in front of you right now?
Yes.
Okay. Then, as y'all walk outside of the mist, you see towering above you a creature perhaps 10, 12 feet tall, twice the height of the tallest among you. Its legs are like tree trunk hooves that it now stands upright on, shoulders back, bringing itself up sharply after having been hunched over. It has a lower set of arms that end in sort of blunted claws. These are like maneuverable. They're like fingers, but they're made of sort of bony. This creature appears to be covered in literal bone. It is like it's all ivory, but it's dry and cracking. The top set of arms is they're like tree trunk logs. They have fingers. You're not even sure if they can grasp anything. And its face is a plate of bone that sweeps back into enormous sort of antler horns. It has 2 holes for eyes, which you can see open and regarding you.
How far away is it from us?
Oh, 10 feet.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Nah.
I forgot about that.
I'll come out and I assume I'll just automatically stop and like, what now, sort of thing.
We found it.
It looks across the group of you, and it makes its eyes linger on Matt and on the Knights of the Order.
I assume in my 20 years down here, I've never seen anything like this.
No.
Yeah.
Best you've seen, possibly you've seen a bone claw, but that's still that's just a different thing.
I don't like that he's looking at me.
I'm just gonna look at, sort of cock my head, like let the head of my mace fall so you can hear the chain jangling. Like, how are we doing this?
I don't want to do this.
It reaches toward the cave wall, thrusts its hand in, and begins to climb rapidly up the wall.
Oh.
Run away.
Fascinating.
It is heading up and toward the middle of the small cavern that y'all are in.
Oh,
How high up is that?
Up the wall. It's like maybe 25 feet.
Well, as soon as it leaves my field of vision, I can just hear it climbing up the wall. I'm just like,
Yeah.
sort of lower my guard down, like, sort of shrug my shoulders, and like,
no, it's
That-
running above us, right?
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, but you can't see it.
Oh, I see.
and sort of stand there, sort of loosen my guard, and sort of cock my ear so I can like try and listen. But I'm like,
Hmm.
You can hear exactly where it is. It is like stomping. The way that it is climbing is it is thrusting its arms in and through the stone.
oh yeah. It's more like, what's this thing doing?
Can I? Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Can I? Before it hits the dome, before it hits the fortress, I'm gonna cast suggestion on it.
Okay.
By
what are you
simply, so I stare at it, and getting the creature's attention, my eyes will swirl with purple, as I simply say, "Leave us alone." So leave us alone. I need a
Okay.
wisdom saving throw.
You do. It's a 17 on die, my friend.
Very good. Darn. And I will say, I'll simply say, it didn't work. It didn't work. uh, attack now.
I think we need to split.
Split.
Does anyone else have a thing that they're doing before this guy reaches the top of the wall?
I would like to use my psychic lance probably.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah, and it's you don't know yeah, you can just hurl that, can't you?
I
What is that?
did tell them last time the creature is called the Pale King.
I'd like to be up on the wall and start moving toward it, and get on the ceiling as well.
Drop
It's a game of tag.
What is your
I'm not
speed?
my speed is
Should be 45 for long
50 feet of movement.
50. Yep, dump here. Yeah, you.
I'm not gonna. I'm
Uh,
just gonna
it
like
is-
stay behind it, but not like probably about 15 or so feet behind it, 10 to 15 feet. Trying to stay out of its reach, but like following it along.
It is almost as fast as you are.
Okay.
It is like in full charge, full sprint, up this wall. You are still a little faster.
I needed to make an intelligence saving throw, please.
You do need for it to do that. Now, it is going to nat 20 on that intelligence saving throw, and I tell you, there's not a thing you can do about dice.
Bro.
Bro.
Is this
It's
thing-
not going to take damage. It's going to take half.
Yeah,
Let's
it,
get
it, it takes 14 damage then.
Okay?
I was gonna say, is this thing real?
No.
That would be hilarious if it was like an illusion this whole time. The
Did
real
it-
monster is the little guy.
Did it take damage?
What does that psychic lance look like?
You know the guy from Avatar: The Last Airbender. He Mac's blue floating face is gonna be like out here, and then literally like Mac is looking deadpan straight, but his face is moving around like looking, and like a sentry gun goes. It just goes, and like shoots at it.
Sparky Boom Man style.
Sparky Boom Man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. Sparky B, as they say. Everyone's favorite current musical artist. Okay. It climbs to the top of this little hollow in the cave, and then it drops.
So it's
Is it
inside.
obvious on who it's dropping on?
It is dropping into the middle of the clouded area.
Oh, into the sanctum. Okay.
I'd like to drop after him with my spear ready to stab.
Yeah, baby.
That's not what I
I'm
was
gonna roll a
expecting.
percentile die to see where this fellow lands.
This would make some epic anime.
Dude, this would be some really cool anime.
Okay.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Ruth.
Hi, Sarah. Hi, Ruth.
Hello.
What the baby doing?
Owen, I would love for you to make me a luck attack.
16.
16, that's awfully lucky.
That's awfully lucky there, lad.
It misses you by 3 feet.
Mac wisely made this sanctum to cover most of this entire like little clearing. And you hear on the other side of the house a massive crater form in the earth. None of the people on the outside hear this, but you can see where he dropped from, except Fulton.
So now he's inside the fortress.
He's inside the sanctum.
But he didn't land on, like, me or the people that are hiding under the floorboards.
No.
Okay. Is there only... And there's only... How big of a crater? Like, is he, like, right outside, like, the door? Like, the doorway type of thing for me? Like,
He's on
what
the
would be
other side of the house from you.
Okay, so like he's between me and my only exit, like to get out into the cave system.
No, you are actually
free.
on the outside,
Mhm.
where you are toward the exit.
Okay, so I can yeet for it right now. I can run.
Yeah, if you'd like.
I would like to run.
Okay, awesome.
I'm running through the mist.
Yeah, okay.
Curse will try to catch you.
I'll be invisible.
Oh darn.
I'm still invisible. No one can see me.
Alright.
You are visible. Dravik, we've got a couple attacks to resolve. Is it alright if I roll your dice?
Yes.
I don't know if you're doing anything.
I'm like cooking a little brekkie brek, but I can really quick. I have my character sheet pulled up, so
Okay, great.
to attack with my spear, and of course
7?
Yeah, 27 to hit. I am
Yep.
recklessly attacking. So I'm gonna, and I get, I don't know. Do you want to like do the 2 attacks or like? Yeah. So 18 and 26 or 27 or whatever it was to
18
hit.
26 super hit, both.
Great.
He's
So that's
huge.
both of them with spear for a total of 21 damage.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna try anything else, but I think he'll like come down and like land on the back a little bit and just kind of like stab it once, dig deeper, see if I can get in. So I don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
But
As you land on the back, you feel it's the feeling is like stabbing into very dry wood, but it is hard. Your spear makes a little like you maybe like you poke it. The damage appears to be superficial.
okay.
Superficial?
Are we in any sort of initiative order here?
No.
Okay. As soon as like he jumps off, and like I hear everything go silent, I'm gonna be the smart man that I am. I'm going to turn around and sprint back into the bubble. And is my sword reacting in any sort of way to this lad? Can I tell if it's?
No.
Okay. All right.
Doesn't appear to be anything demonic in it.
Okay.
I
I'm
would,
just gonna keep the flail, and we're gonna run back in, and yell out a challenge to it, and tell him to come get some.
I'm gonna run 60 feet. I'm gonna run 60 feet with my bonus action dashing to get to a point, like whether that be inside the house or along the side or whatever. Like so I can get a look at the creature and I'm going to attack.
Hey, if I punch it, does that do anything different? Because I just punched it.
When you punch it, you can feel like splinters of the sort of bone-like exterior break off, and your knuckles kill. You've done the like that
Right.
where they like hit hard stuff. This is like that.
Yeah. Okay.
It begins to charge in the direction the little guy ran.
What? Bro.
So it's running like through the house then?
That is the most direct route.
Cool. Okay.
Glavik. I'm gonna need one of two things from you. Either a dexterity saving throw to dismount this creature before it charges through the house, or a constitution save to hold on as it does.
I'm gonna have to go with dexterity.
Probably wise.
27.
Yeah. like an angel feather you drift down. Almost like as the pale king's head, like bony faceplate, smashes through the wall of this little cottage. You can hear splintering wood. Some of you, as the refugees wisely keep totally quiet. It emerges on the other side, and Vulcan, you can see wood splinters shower you before the guy is moving past.
I'm gonna keep running. I'm gonna try to meet him head on, and just like fully like wrapped behind my shield, just like cannonball into him, like try and like
Yeah.
knock him off balance or something. Just launch
Yeah.
myself at him, like try and like basically a full body shield bash to the head.
Yeah, and looking at this creature, it is running like cleanly on its 6 legs, primarily on the back two, like the back two get the most, locomotion, as is the case with animals, kind of. But you clock in its stride. There's just one point where you can get the front leg to kind of knock it off balance. I would love an attack roll from you.
Attack R. And this is a minor. I mean, it seems like it could be useful here. Is Ramses still here?
Yeah.
Okay. I went 18 on die for
Hey,
27.
27. Yeah. Charging forward, you slam your body into its leg, driving your shield kind of down and up, fully like baseball batter, like you get the angle you're looking for. For just a moment, its stride is broken. Everyone who wants to make use of this opening has an opportunity. First?
Did I move? Okay. Do I have? I would have to move to get where I'm at, so I don't have like steady aim to get advantage, right?
Up to you.
Okay. Well, like I would have to move. I would have to move to actually see him because I was outside the ring, and then I moved inside
What
the
you would
ring.
have to do to use steady aim is you see as this guy is plowing through the house, you can choose at that time to take a second, like hunker down and like prepare a ranged attack.
So I see this humongous beast coming from one side, and I see I see Volton charging in, and I see these two mites charging at, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take advantage of it, and I will patiently wait until that collide. See an opening right here on the beast neck, and I'll throw my first dart in so very long.
you have cards?
Thick
right?
plates of like dry bone. You can see like the faintest bit of connective tissue. Where there's connective tissue, there's a soft bit to aim at. How is your dart?
Wait, hold on. I'm using.
Don't you have cards?
Yeah, I have cards now. I have my cards.
Yeah, they use card stats.
Yes. So at advantage. At advantage is a 22.
Hits.
Awesome. As with that, it hits him right perfectly, and I'm going to make him make a dex saving throw as I attempt to have him go prone, as well as I'm going to use for the first time the ability the playing cards thing. And I'm gonna roll on the wild card suit table. So, okay, so I need a dex save. Well, I guess that'll happen after this.
Our dex save is 16.
16? I think that's a fail.
Is it based on your dexterity?
Yeah, DC 17.
Yup.
Okay, so it fails. As well as I got a 2 on my D4, which means it's shackled. So until the next turn, target speed is halved. It cannot make any more than one attack on its turn while its speed is reduced in this way. So yeah, And then I roll really good damage. I deal 5, 10, 10, 20, 20, 22, 24, 24, 26. 26 points of damage right there with that single card.
Yep.
Nice. Vulcan steps it up, and immediately the card slides in.
He's also go
see
prone.
lock in that arm as like the card sticks in. You can see, well, Vulcan, you can certainly see the card is still in there, and the motion that was about to occur, instead of kind of flying the other way, actually, like, this creature falls on its back. It speaks no words, and indeed has no, like, mouth hole with which to do so. But you can see, like, its limbs sort of flailing about, and as it stops, it tenses itself, and the card falls. Mac, is there anything that you're doing at this time?
Creature is prone.
Creature is prone.
Which
I kinda
also
just
means that your ranged attacks have disadvantage.
Yeah.
Honestly, the only thing I really can do is range attacks. Well, is it simply just prone?
Yeah.
It's prone and his speed is halved, and it can only take one attack next turn.
I'm waiting for this to hit.
Then
to
this
see
this
how
might not
much
do
trouble.
much at all. Actually, that's not true. I'm gonna do it. I'm going to cast slow on it.
Okay. You're
So
gonna
please,
from the
wisdom
arcane.
saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
That is a 5 on die. It's going to have legendary resistance.
No.
As how's our slow spell look?
What do you mean? How's the slow spell look?
Well, how do you
What does
cast
it do?
it?
Well, yeah. What does it look like?
So as the creature's like laying prone and everything like that, I'm like, Mac is like, you can see his eyes like fiddling, like the glowing face. His eyes are like calculating, and then they sort of like turn bright as if he's found the correct spell that will produce the most beneficial results. And then from that, Mac is gonna move his hands and you hear the incantations, and then you sort of see this gray streak like shoot out pretty quickly, but like inside the streak is this slow swirling, almost ghastly like ethereal glow as it's like quickly being shot. And it like sort of surrounds him and like is almost gonna penetrate his skin, and then just sort of like dissolves as like the mist sort of just dissipates on top of him, as if it didn't like essentially break through the barrier to like succumb to his slowness. So
Come on.
As the spell dissipates on its faceplate, it locks eyes with you, Mac.
beautiful.
It's going to roll over at length, legs slamming on the ground, rise, and Mac, because of the slow from Adam's effect, you're gonna have a moment to respond before it reaches you. And Dravik, you are now caught up with this creature.
They say if it's trying to leave my sort of zone of control and go towards them, I'm moving on them. I assume there's like spurs and spikes and all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
Grab onto or something like that.
It is made of sheer bone, but it is also like you could probably just dig like.
Well, I want to like take my flail and try and like wrap it around something and just like pull.
Its middle set of arms is probably of appropriate size to do that.
We're just like as soon as it gets up, I'm flinging the flail around and just pulling it taut and trying to hold him down. Which hopefully I can do if he's shackled and also slowed.
Yeah. The flail whips around his arm, digs into bone, and you are going to be able to make strength checks to
athletics.
At best, slow this creature down, and at worst, follow it along.
Just straight strength or athletics?
Probably athletics.
Hey yo. Advocate for yourself.
Yeah.
That'll be 18 total.
Okay, great.
Thank God for good modifiers.
Come on.
That's a poopy roll. Oh, nice. Okay. You have your flail locked in. It is pulling and looking back at you a moment. There is more resistance than it expected. Dravik, do you have anything to do about all this? Are you still just kind of showering this guy with attacks?
He's still prone, or he's gotten up. He's gotten up, right?
He's gotten up.
I think I'm gonna help Volton, so I'll grab the flail too and just start pulling again, or steady, whatever. Yeah, just big tug of war against the monster. I think I'm gonna grab it with one hand, and maybe with the spear if we can pull it close, or at some point I'll move to grab my spear to try and get one of those like smaller areas that's more something like that.
Yeah. So are you going to be going for the same side as Volton or the opposite side? The same side would knock this creature off balance in a real way. The other side might do more to slow him and or stop his movement entirely until he deals with it.
I wanna grab the flail as well and like help him pull it. So
okay. Yeah. Yeah, as it looks back at Volton, it hesitates for a moment and you rush in lightning fast and like arms around Volton's waist, like the two of you like do what you can against this creature. You can use Dex to grapple, so I will allow you and Volton to sort of collaborate on these rolls. I'll treat that as an aid action. I'll get the +5 if both succeed. And it increases the minimum, probably.
Cool. I rolled a 15.
Wicked. I should clarify. Luca, we are still running away?
Yeah, I'm running and hiding.
Luca,
yeah.
you smack as you run into a sort of face first into a wall of glowing plate armor.
Just
Jaden, would you like to introduce your new character?
Yeah, I could do that. The little guy, you're running, you're scared. You're not quite
I'm
looking where you're going. Still invisible. And you run kind of head first into, just like this creature glowing. He has, you kind of look up him and you see like this plate armor that's glowing. And you look, as your eyes go further up, you notice that he has his very long white hair. His face looks extremely familiar, like you've seen it before. He looks a lot like Teos, but is no longer purple but white, with white flowing hair, and then wings on his back, and a spear in his hand. He looks down at you, and he gives you a smile, even though like he can't see you, but he just kind of gives a smile.
You know, you just felt something hit you. Like, you know something's right in front of you.
Yeah.
Like hit this on the head.
He did, like, hit it right on the head. It was pretty funny. And you just kind of hear, "Hello, little one. Everything's going to be okay."
I'm just
It was
staring,
someone
I'm
he
like-
did not expect.
Like, in your head, you hear, Teos?
You hear back, "Not quite, little one. Not quite."
I was hoping
Come.
for, yes, that's what they used to call me.
It's Teos the White.
The what?
He was once a dark elf, and now he's a white.
Teos Jackson.
Isn't he like a dancer or something like that? We made that conclusion in our last session that like he was some sort of dancer or something like that. Because we were introducing characters. Yeah, no, we were talking to characters about like our pod, and Tom, you said that hey, one of them I can't say.
So there was a real plan for Jaden to play a Dwergar for a short time until great need arose and Teos had to return.
Fair enough.
Immediately. Teos had to return immediately.
Little guy, I know I can't really see you, but I just felt you hit me. I'm gonna try and pick you up, if you'll let me.
When you do that, you feel in your hand, as I let go of it, your rosary of Our Lady of Seven Sorrows is in your hands.
I'll grab it. I can see it. And I will say to you, "No, little one, this is yours now. It's for you to keep."
For snatch. And it disappears. And then you feel chink, chink, like two hands on your hand.
Mhm. I'll kind of pick you up, and I'll attempt to put you on my back.
Yeah, I'm backpacked.
Sweet.
Set of arms that wrap around you like straps.
And I'm going to bend my knees and lift off into flight, and I'm going to fly at the dude, spear at the ready, to just go to town on this little pale king thing. It seems to be hurting my companions.
As this is happening, Volton and Drave, it's gonna attempt. Okay. Volton and Drave, like, pulling with all of your might. Its one leg cannot, or arm, I don't know, cannot resist you. The other one reaches down and pulls. You are beginning to be pulled, like, into melee with this creature. Do you just pull harder, or do you do something else?
I want to like try and pull it like off balance back prone again.
Okay.
Like, we got a lot of force coming from one side, try and like pull it back onto its side or back.
Yeah. Is anybody else doing something to help with this?
I would like to put a card, like if they're pulling on an arm, I wanna cut here and like maybe cut the arm off.
Okay, continue going for it.
As I'm doing this, I'd also like to, like, with my shield, like I'm use the iron rim. I'm trying to like smash, like just smash the arm, like break through the armor and stuff. not that it'll have any effect, but using the iron rim of it to just repeatedly try and get some cracks in this armor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Curse. Take another roll.
Okay. I haven't moved. I don't. So I think I'm gonna still go with a steady aim, so at advantage.
Yeah. So you're kind of hunkered down, like locked in.
And
Go
then
ahead.
throw. Okay. Another that would be 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Awesome. I'm gonna use another wild card on this roll.
Yeah.
Poopy damage. But it's a 3. Awesome. I gain some HP. Well, okay, it's really fun because I get temporary hit points if I'm above max, which is kind of nice here. So I get 3, 6, 9, 15, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 24 points of damage with that roll. I used all the dice there. And I will gain half that much of damage. So I gain 12 points of temporary healing.
Okay, awesome. No, do have the Cunning Strike feature. I don't know what all that does off the top, but it can give you some added value if you don't want to just dump damage on this thing.
Cunning. What?
Cunning Strike. This is a rogue feature.
Yeah, I know. I'm going full damage this one. I did it last time to bring him prone, but in this one, I just want enough. I want to deal full damage so then I could potentially slice his arm off.
Yeah, okay.
So that's the goal here. Anyways, I do that.
You can see this creature's eyes flitting about with frantic frustration as it's acknowledging more real threats than it was expecting by a long shot. And Vulcan, as you and Dravik are essentially fighting a losing battle now against 2 arms rather than 1, you see the other 3 Knights of the Order coming to restrain his front leg. They are going to take attacks. Okay, understood. One of the Knights of the Order is pummeled to near death immediately. A titanic club-like arm smashes down on him. He gets a shield up in time, and you see the shield break and his arm with it.
Being emotionally invested in the red shirts is a tough business.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but somebody's gotta. There are 2 more remaining. The one that has been wounded is the Dwergar. It's going to strain with its middle legs. Okay, understood. Dravik and Dravik and Bolton, could I have those athletics checks once again? Obviously using dexterity if you are.
23.
Okay.
18.
Okay, understood. Wow, that's gross. Okay, awesome. Mac, are you doing anything about this right now? They are slowing the pace. You can see its attention has been diverted from you. You are no longer
Right.
priority.
Yeah, no, when he looked at me, Mac was very, like, again, recalculated, was about to prepare the shield spell, and seeing that he's now distracted and he's gonna try witch bolting him.
Okay, awesome.
He's gonna try witch bolting him.
Okay, awesome.
Well, that's a 19 on die for a 28 to hit.
Yeah, super hits.
Yeah.
What does this witch bolt look like?
So as he's being held down, he's still on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as he's there, Max sort of just positions himself away, like right in between, just to, like, still far enough away so as to like not get into a
Yeah.
ton of
Yeah.
danger, obviously. But he finds that like that nice little sliver right between the guys that are holding him down, and straight from his like it comes out of his mouth, it comes out of his, the mouth of his face,
Yeah.
and he's just gonna shoot electricity at him.
Yeah, as Dragon's Breath, you just like roar some lightning on this fella.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give me some
Um, that's a solid 37 damage.
Okay, gotcha.
Lightning damage. However, we are going to change that damage type to psychic.
Ooh, interesting.
So instead of like instead of like a normal blue lightning, it is now like this purpley lightning that like essentially it hits his body, and as the electricity like hits it, it sort of like goes all around his limbs and everything like that, and then coalesces into his like onto his head, and then just like electric chair style goes his head all at once.
Yeah, y'all can see what was initially like very kind of collected and on top of this situation is devolving into animal fury, fully strong energy. I think it's fully just murder time. It's yeah. He's gonna start making attacks. One is gonna be against Bolton. Okay, that's absolutely going to hit. One is against. Oh no. Okay. You see the same club arm stomp down, and
Who are these attacks against? One against me.
and one against the Dwergar, who is presently on the ground, having been like knocked on his ass.
I'm gonna warding maneuver that attack.
Okay, awesome. Warding maneuver, I think will just succeed because I like the vibes.
Okay.
I think, but well, okay. You're standing a few feet away from this guy. Both of your hands are occupied keeping this creature restrained.
I'll let go of him.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Flail drops. Dravik, you're able to catch that, kind of keeping hope alive. The shield comes in, knocks the foot just barely off, and it would have crushed your ally's skull. And the other foot sweeps in from the other side and backhands you, Volton. We're gonna be. You only have one.
Man, I want to see this like animated because it just seems so. His arms are just flailing around.
Yeah. We've got 28 damage to you, Volton. It's bludgeoning, reduce, and the reduce.
4, baby.
Whoa. Yeah. Yup, comes in, smacks you. The other two limbs are now up against Dravik alone. We are rolling with because okay. Dravik, can you make me that athletics check using dexterity if you wish? You can make. I don't know. Roll a d20, add dex and proficiency.
Okay. I think what I'm going to do is not hold on to it, but as he's pulling against me, I'd like to use his momentum to fling myself up and grab my spear out and try and like get it like either under his neck or like in his mouth to like kind of like do that thing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That cool looking thing that they do in the movies.
It straight up does not have a mouth.
Oh, okay, great.
So yeah, neck is a great target. I will say for my part, this would be riskier, but I want to open the option. there is a particular joint on one of the front legs to which Curse has done substantial damage.
Right.
That is worth considering. Would you still like to go for the neck?
I'm in one of the back legs right now. Is that right?
The middle.
So there's 6 total legs, correct?
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Am I the middle on the side that curse damage?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask a lot of questions. Sorry.
Yeah.
How high is that point where you hit? Like, is it like the upper shoulder part, or is it more like the?
The creature's like 12 feet tall, standing. On down on all sixes like this, it's like probably not much more than 6 feet tall.
Right.
Probably 8, I guess, but well within like an arm and a spear of your size.
Right. I still want to launch myself up, but I want to find. It seems like there's plenty of handholds on this bony body. So
you can make it.
I'm just gonna grab on, and with the other hand, start wailing, kind of like leaning into the spot to get a better advantage.
Yeah. Okay. I would love some attack rolls.
Love it. Well, at least a 25 to hit for the first one.
Yeah.
And then a 16 for the next one. Probably doesn't.
On a cold shot, that's not gonna hit.
Great. That is. Oh, it's cocked. It was almost a nat 20. 26.
Okay. We are still
hitting. Damage is.
Yeah. Damage certainly is.
19 points of damage.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Okay, sweet. Yeah. We have Curse with these like pinpoint cards. You come in, fly up its arm, wailing like we are goring this creature. It is, okay. Matt.
As I'm really quick, as I'm close to the head, I would like to just yell at it. Like, what do you want with the little guy?
You do not also make out past the almost like mask of bone that covers it. Any earholes?
I think really hard. What do you want? I'll pass.
I use sign language.
Yeah. I start grunting with a lot of clicks in it.
Morse? Has anybody tried Morse?
I tap on it a little bit. Yeah.
You're tapping on it all right. It is at this time, Chaos, you are going to come to a gray wall of mist within a sort of clearing in the rock that little guy leads you to.
Keep going.
Okay,
Through it.
great. Yep, y'all know the thing. And through it you see the melee before you. The Curse kind of knelt down, doing the thing. Vulcan protecting people. A bunch of the Knights of the Order on one of the legs. Dravik hacking away. Mac kind of doing what he does. Where do you fit into this equation?
I think I'd like to do what Thanos himself suggested, and I think I'm going to go for the head.
Bingo.
Okay.
I can fly up there. I can reach it.
Yeah. You can see its eyes narrow as a new variable enters an already not great picture, and then on your back, you can see its attention immediately. Mick, are you just gonna rain down some attacks?
Yeah, I'd like to just fly in and I'd like to hit him.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first attack.
I will like to cast a spell, but I'm gonna let Jaden do his stuff first and say what I do afterwards for the sake of not talking over. Go ahead.
For my first attack, I'm just coming in with a spear on the head. I'm gonna like to just like drive it in. You watch the spear, like this dude just flies in out of nowhere, spear into the head. That'll be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
That'll be 7 points of piercing damage. But then afterwards, you see this just burst of radiant light as I will deal 28 points of radiant damage with a divine smite pumped into that. And then I'll roll for my second attack. That'll be a natural 20.
Yeah, it will.
So I think I'll just go ahead and pump another smite in there, and we'll just go ahead and do all that.
Fear that is no longer how Divine Smite works.
Oh, it's not? You can only do it once per turn?
Divine Smite is now your bonus action.
Okay.
But
not.
I think you can still cast it as part of like you're taking the
it
attack.
as
You
part
can
of the
cast it as a
attack
bonus
action.
action.
In the interest of goodwill, I will double your 28 smite damage.
For at least for the actual attack that did double damage, that'll be 18 additional piercing damage.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, just come in with a spear in the head.
As you drive the spear center stage, you see the bone crack, and a seam is appearing in the creature's skull. And it takes exception to that.
Can the little guy do something?
Yeah, little guy can.
As New Teos has just flown by this creature, I would like to just take some of the fungus that's on me and just kind of let it drop by the creature's face as we're going by, so spores are sprinkled in front of it. As I cast Phantasmal Force, make a
obviously
make an intelligence saving throw.
I have a 17 on die. I do.
That is my DC. This makes perfect sense. It is a shame.
But he's got a negative intelligence modifier, obviously.
I fear it is not so.
I wanted to see what would work. Little guy did something, guys, in this combat. Don't forget that. Just no one saw it. Actually, no, I cast a spell. My invisibility is gone now.
Yep.
That's how that works.
Didn't see anything.
So it's quite literally a carrot dangled in front of his face.
Little guy.
Yeah, how's it going?
Seeing his quarry, I'm gonna need you to make some sort of evasion check.
Okay. What
Whether
am I
that's
off?
a dex saving throw to you, or I assume it's a dex save.
Okay, just a dex saving throw.
Yeah.
Not bad. I'm going to use one of my luck rolls on that.
Okay.
That was worse. So I will take the 10 I got first time.
You all see one of the middle arms, even these smallest of the arms, the size, the hand is the size of little guy's body almost. Wraps around little guy's torso as the creature begins to turn and make a break for it. What are y'all doing?
Am I able to?
I
arm
can
is this
slow.
weapon?
you cast Slow. I have a whiz save for that. Volton, what's up?
Which arm did he grab him in?
Off arm, we've specified that little guy moved through and to the other side of this creature.
So the knights are holding onto the middle arm on one side. The other middle arm on the other side is super messed up, I would assume. And that's what we've been wailing on the whole time.
One of the forearms is the one that y'all have been wailing on. We have right now the middle limb that is not grabbed by the flail.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and grab my flail back and do the same thing to that arm, I guess.
Yeah. From under the creature, you like unwrap the flail and wrap it again, bearing down.
And I'm gonna action search.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm gonna drop my shield.
Yeah.
And take out my sword. Holding onto the flail with the left arm, I'm just trying to stab up into the joint, like the shoulder joint of this arm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess. How many? So I assume each of these costs an attack.
I'm gonna say wrapping the flail around is gonna let you like attempt to grapple this creature. Obviously it won't be a full grapple, but it will be like, it will slow him. The subsequent attacks will serve to slow him. Will serve to give you a bonus on this this roll. Is that okay?
Yeah. So action surging, I should get 4 attacks total. Is what I'm trying to. Okay.
As a matter of fact, you should.
Crazy.
So you should probably be rolling some modicum of damage on this.
Let's see, 15, so 24 to hit on one.
Your DC is 20. Let me know how many hit. Phineas, what is going on? Sorry.
I just had a question. If I would I know if this creature is a like what type of creature it is?
Definitely not a humanoid.
Yeah. Is it? Would I have any idea?
Like, common sense would tell you, like best bet's maybe a monstrosity, but I would need some kind of check, some kind of intelligence check to tell me more.
Okay.
I got 2 hits for a total of 27 damage.
Okay.
I'm just repeatedly stabbing up into the joint, or trying to.
Yep. Yeah. Like blow after blow. Like you're not in a particularly opportune position. Not all of these are hitting. You're just reining in. Like you're just going for it. So what's our intelligence check here?
It's a 14.
Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out if it is a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead.
You could. The more you look at this thing, the more you see fey.
Okay, cool. If anybody else want to do anything first, they can. But when it gets to me, I'm gonna attempt to cast Magic Circle.
Yeah.
Stopping it from going anywhere.
Let me see what magic.
But Dan can go first.
I did want to cast Slow on it.
Yeah, you did. Our wisdom save was a 13.
Didn't you cast slow on it like at the beginning of this? Did it ever escape that?
Legendary resistance.
Oh, okay.
I believe a 17 meets your DC.
It does meet it.
Okay. It is going to pass on this save.
Is it at all possible for me to cast Misty Step?
It is in fact super possible for you to cast Misty Step. Its only component is verbal.
Yeah.
Let me know if they've changed that. Magic Circle.
It is It has like you can use the opposite property, but it's basically the creature is inside the circle. It cannot leave the circle if it fails my charisma saving throw. If it fails a charisma saving throw.
You can't leave this circle.
Because it has where like the base property is you can't enter the circle, but it says that if I want, I can flip that property and make it so it can't leave the circle.
Do you have? Do you think your character has salt and powdered silver worth 100 gold pieces?
Good question.
I'd like to make that call.
If I did, I probably only had enough to do this once and would have to acquire more. So, seeing as I haven't seen little guy Misty step out, this is like still just my reaction to the initial grabbing that I would probably do it.
Yeah.
So.
How does it look as you call upon the power of God over all beings?
Yeah, so I'll just take out the salt and I'll just scatter it. And as I scatter it, it kind of like you watch as like the wind pushes the salt around the earth, and from the earth begins like to glow not runes but the Latin of the St. Michael prayer as it just kind of envelops the creature. And I'll need a DC 17 charisma saving throw.
Yeah.
Come on.
Why do you need a charisma saving throw? I think this just works. I don't think this requires a saving throw of any kind.
Alright, sounds good to me.
That is how the spell is written. And busted or not, that's how we're gonna play it. The cost is the money. It is restricted to this circle. And
yeah, so he is he cannot leave. He cannot leave the circle. If he tries to, okay, so if he tries to, that's when he has to make the charisma saving throw. That's what the charisma saving throw is for.
It cannot enter or exit by non-magic means.
Yeah. And it has disadvantage. It has disadvantage on attack rolls against anyone outside the circle. So that would be everyone.
How long does this thing last?
An hour.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
You see a magic circle rise. You are in its hand. What is your type?
What am I doing?
What is your? Are you a humanoid or I believe you're a monstrosity?
I'm a monstrosity, so I don't think that hits me, right?
Magic circle spell does not affect you. You are a monstrosity. You are a creature of this world.
Yep, which is interesting, but there we go. So, rules as written, I'm a monstrosity. So, as this circle starts being created, I would like to cast Misty Step and doing, yeah, I'm kind of just annoyed at this guy. I'm going to do the dreadful step where I'm going to try to disappear, Misty Step away from him, and then he makes the wisdom save, and if he fails, he takes 2d10 psychic damage.
It's a 15 on die. I'm so sorry. We've been rolling a very nice saving throw.
Whoa! I got 17 DC. Okay, well I still used a Misty Step and I still got its clutches.
Okay, yeah. Vulpin, as you are down, like, by this creature's belly, you can see on its upper chest like just below the neck, a dark outline about 3 foot long that looks exactly like Little Guy.
Interesting. Well, I'm gonna keep on left hand wrapped around this mace, like locked to this guy. I'm gonna change targets and try to stab that thing, I guess. Just for the heck of it, I don't know. It's like it's like a carving into the bone, or it's like a hole.
It is a hole. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, obviously. It's a hole in the arm. Yeah.
Stab a hole.
I also would like to whistle, because I meant to do this 20 minutes ago, whistle for Ramses to come in and shoulder check this fool.
Yeah, absolutely. You whistle, hear the faint, subtle skipping of blind steps.
So, he's a big lad. He bounds. I think he's a large creature, I think, in the stat block I gave him.
Yes.
Maybe not this big, but he's a lad.
Absolutely. We got a big boy.
Anyways, I'll make 2 attacks trying to stab this dude, then I use my bonus action to whistle for Ramses to just come and be a body in the way.
With the whistle, you, knowing where Ramses is, make your attacks.
It'll be a 21 and a 22 to hit.
Okay. Both will hit a cold shot.
Yes.
Yep. You stab up into this hole in its chest.
It's 24 damage in total.
Yeah. Okay. Got you.
23, excuse me. But
you see Jaden, the crack in its skull widen. Okay. Yeah. Well, how much was that again? So sorry.
23.
23. Okay, gotcha. Okay.
How far away? So, okay. I have 50 feet of movement. What's the likelihood of me climbing up to his head with a bonus action? Like, with bonus action 50 feet.
That would be dependent on an acrobatics check.
Okay, sorry. Bonus action 60 feet. Yes, I can gladly make a acrobatics check. Acrobatics check is a... I'll use reliable talent to make it a 23. I rolled the 7.
One more thing, sorry. Is with my unwavering mark, or whatever the heck I forget what you call it, but Cavalier stuff, he has disadvantage on attacking anyone other than me, and Sap, his next attack on me will have disadvantage as well, so.
Yeah, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you have done significant damage to one of his legs, Curse. That means not only that, it is susceptible, but also that it is predictable. You know the slowed movement of someone who's impaired, one way or another. It is on the ground. You can scuttle up its leg up to the. Are you looking to get to the back of its neck, or are you looking to get to its skull?
The aim is to get to the crack, and as I'm running towards him, I'm actually grabbing my my sword out, and I kind of jump on his leg, hook, I do reverse grip on the sword, hook it on one of the spurs that he has, and kind of slither my way through his lower side into his back, and get on his shoulder with my hand and then come up, and the goal is to make an attack with my sword on the crack of his skull. Not on his crack, just on the crack of his skull.
Wrapping, that's actually what Fulton's doing right now.
Mhm.
Wrapping one of your arms around its horn, you can like just pull back. Make me an attack.
A what?
Make me an attack.
Okay, I can do that. That would be a 19 to hit.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll say enough damage has been done to this weak point. It's visibly spreading. 19 will do it.
Okay. I will reduce the damage to make him potentially go prone. And I will also use my one last gambit as well. So I need him to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Boy. I tell you, curses saves are different. That is a 5 or what? 8?
Yeah, DC 17 it will fail. And then 9, 12, 15, 15, 18, 21 points of damage. And I will, again, get some temporary hit points, but it stays the same. As I take the sword, I crack it in, and then I just twist just a little bit. Kind of opening up that crack. I'm not, like, in the way of Teos or the weird white monster, no, weird humanoid.
Yeah, we're like leaning over from on top.
Last year we.
So that's where I'm at now. And after when I get done, I look at our new friend ? And I see like a white Teos essentially, right? Or something kind of. And I'm like. And that's my turn. So I'm on the creature now.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, what's up?
Does he still have that big old crack in his face?
He does.
And there's 2 people wailing on it.
Yeah.
You have damage from Witch Bolt that we haven't really paid attention to. I'd say you've got 2 of those stored up. Could you roll me those d12s?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he is prone. Yes.
It's 2 different witch bolts.
Yeah.
Because it like repeats over time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Love that.
Just to make. Do you need to make sure it's 2? The first one's 29 damage.
You're darn right it is.
Holy cow.
Remind me never to get him angry again.
And the second one is coincidentally is also 29 damage.
Holy cow.
As
It happens when you upcast it, boys.
as psychic lightning pours into the crevices on this creature's face, y'all see the mask split down the middle, and the whole of the skull falls away, leaving a black, featureless face. Where there was almost a regal quality about this, like, shield faceplate, massive horns. This is like a bare human head, like Slender Man style, totally like nothing going on.
There is a correction to that damage, by the way. You don't add the entirety of the total damage. You just add 1d12 plus another d12 at the in current witch bolt. So,
Aw.
ending, big sad. But if you want to kill him, you can. Well, actually,
To quote Pontius Pilate, what I have said, I have said.
great.
Also,
Me
what is
too.
truth? What is truth?
What are our rules?
Would
What
you
is
like
this?
me to release Barabbas?
This character's name is Barabbas.
It was coming up on 150, which was the damage threshold anyway.
Wow.
So it probably would have gotten there. Under statistically average circumstances, life would be good. And so, though, as lightning breaks its face in two, you can see it continue sort of coalescing around the brain stem. As Mac, you do still have an action if you desire.
He's dead, right?
You
He's
can see
alive.
its two eyes now now bloodshot, staring out from a weird naked face.
This is like the first health bar in a 3-stage boss fight. So
Right. Yeah, fine. Yeah. I'm dropping Witch Bolt and I'm going to use my Psychic Lance.
Does that concentrate?
Witch Bolt is concentration. Psychic Lance is not.
Yeah.
No need to drop Witch Bolt.
Cool. Well then, I cast my Psychic Lance. Intelligence saving throw, please.
It is gonna pass that again.
Yeah. I shoot another Psychic Lance at his new face hole, and whoa.
The double thumbs, either way, do different things. Oh no, Firelink.
Anyways,
Thanks.
you see a very similar giant out of Mac's floating face, just missing his split head with his bloodshot eyes. I'm picturing like a giant like Men in Black type situation right now.
Yeah.
He's like little alien inside. Mac is done.
For damage.
What'd you say?
What's damage on that Psychic Lance?
Oh, I guess it's not a saver suck. 8, 11,
Saber suck.
1. That's solid. That's 10 damage. That's half it already.
Okay.
Big sad.
Understood.
Psychic Lance is not for damage, guys. It's for incapacitation.
You begin to see black liquid, not particularly viscous, dripping from the hole in its chest.
Is this creature? It is now inside that circle,
Yes. It
and
cannot.
it cannot. So it
pretty
is
much.
just stuck there.
Yeah.
Okay. I seeing my friends willing to fight this creature, and this creature just honestly gets worse. Actually, can we think about that for a hot second? Actively just disgusting. I'm going to muster up some courage, and as I'm thinking back in my head, just saying the Jesus prayer over and over again, I go and I'm gonna go stab it with my good old glaive. Try to hit it.
Okay. You may roll
Was
an
that-
attack.
Come on.
Do I have advantage?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Does a 21 hit?
A 21 does hit.
Cool. Excellent. So that's a D10. And then, my apologies, I forgot to look at one feature real quick. I want to make sure that I'm rolling the right amount of damage, and I think I'm not end up going to, because I think there's something somewhere, I just don't remember where it is, so I'm still just going to do this damage. 6.
Excellent.
And then I do my extra attack.
Okay.
Does a 17 hit?
A 17 does hit.
Excellent. I do 8 damage.
Excellent. Okay.
And then, quick bonus action. Let me just make sure I'm reading this correctly. How big is that circle?
10 foot by 20 foot tall.
Okay. And we can enter it, yes?
Yes.
Actually, we're good. I'm not gonna do anything else. That'll be it. Other than maybe running away is out of his range. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, obviously.
I'm gonna do a poke and run.
The Pale King looks you in the eyes, little guy, and says, "If you do not come with me, you know what will happen to them."
Uh-oh.
Is this verbal or just in my head?
You can hear that in your brain.
And I not expecting to hear that at all. I just a slight hesitation, and then I respond in its head. What?
Bolton, one of the limbs grabs at you.
Disadvantage.
It is going to have disadvantage. 11. Okay, it is going to hit. What's your AC? I should make sure.
I don't have my shield on me, so 18.
Okay, that is going to hit nonetheless.
Cool. Warning maneuver.
Yeah.
It'll make my AC 22.
It will just miss. Okay, awesome. Second attack with the huge club arms is first going to go toward our friend Jaden.
Disadvantage.
Oh, yeah, okay. Years. Okay, is he just going to have to straight up kill you before anything else happens?
That's the idea. And that's very hard to do.
I suppose so. I don't know if our friend Jaden is here right now, so I'll resolve another attack first. With
I am here.
There's Jaden.
Oh, okay, awesome. How's a 20 do?
That'll hit. I don't have my shield up either.
Great. Okay. Okay. That is. That's gonna be 22 bludgeoning to you, Jaden.
Okay.
And Volton, I think it's the other club arm has to come your way. That is a nat 1, my boys. Okay. All right. It lets out a flurry of attacks.
All at disadvantage.
Grasping and clawing and wrenching at. One last one with the arm. Okay, gotcha. And the order we're gonna. Okay. Gotcha. The Knights of the Order are still holding this second small arm steady. The one of them grasping at you, Volton, kind of under its chest. Its large leg, one of its large arms, flies up and swats Jaden in the air. And the other large arm kind of fishing around. You see more slapping than grabbing. And that just sort of skids off your shoulder plate. Okay. Doing off. I need whoever is rolling attacks against the head and or whole of this guy to just make me some attacks.
Hit.
Yeah, baby.
Get my bonus action attack. Hit.
Our armor class here is 14.
Oh, easy.
3 hits.
Is it right?
It'll
if I
be
take-
24. No, yeah, 24 damage from my 2 spear attacks to the head.
Great. Okay.
And then as a bonus action, I'll just heal myself a little bit.
Yep.
43 damage from 3 attacks from me.
3 attacks.
Yeah, because you damage someone else, and with unwavering mark, I get a bonus action attack.
Nice. Okay.
I'm just gonna thematically make into one big attack.
Yeah.
14 lightning damage from my witch bolts.
Gotcha.
29 points of damage with a swipe of the sword and a dagger for the a card for the offhand.
34 points of damage with a flurry of blows in there. No nat 20s, unfortunately, with reckless attack. That was a total of 8 rolls. Unfortunately.
Wow.
You getting on the back to also start. Yeah, because you've been.
I'd like to be like over and just like stabbing at the head repeatedly, punching it. I actually would like to like when I want to like stick my claws in its head for one of my flurry of blows attack. With like my like connection to death and such, and like trying to absorb life force with that sort of thing. Like, does it like what is that like? Can I get a read of like how he's feeling a little bit? Just like in general, with the connection to death.
Roll me an insight check.
I love insight checks.
Friends, I'm also gonna mention at 11 I need to go. So
Okay.
just give me that heads up.
It's an 11 on die. Or
Hey.
total. Rolled a 4.
Okay. It is having a bad time.
How's his love life?
You like what's his current like on the emotion wheel? Like where is he at right now?
North by northwest.
Okay.
Anyway.
That's also his love life.
He's also taken 24 cold damage from my Ray of Frosts, and his
Yeah.
speed is reduced by 10. So
Don't forget your 1d12 for Witch Bolt.
I already calculated that. Yeah.
He does also
Thanks,
have
Adam.
an extra from my spear tax hitting, and because of the sap property, he has disadvantage.
He's got
And-
double disadvantage.
Double
Triple
disadvantage.
disadvantage. I got sap
We
too.
got sap everywhere.
Everywhere. So much
Put
sap.
it up in here.
He's got to roll 8 dice to take the lowest every time he attacks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
y'all are going to be a huge problem when legendary action attacks happen.
So pretty.
Well, anyway. This creature is getting pummeled on all sides. You can see more and more of this sort of black blood pouring out of its body. It is like almost like you have almost an anchor deep layer all through this magic circle contained by its edges.
Dude, that's awful.
And its back legs bend at the knee. It begins to drop.
I'm gonna reach out, and like at this point, I'm standing outside the circle. I'm watching my friends just like, quite honestly, anime style just destroy this thing. Like, let's be honest, like that's what's happening.
Let's not
And I'm gonna
understate your role. You've dealt 14 damage.
I know. No, I think that's very thematical. But I'm gonna stand outside the circle. I still have my weapon in hand, but it's kind of lowered a little bit. Like my guard's down. And I'm like, and I just mentally just try to connect with it. And it's like, what are you? What do you mean I have to go with you? Why are you here?
You hear back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you.
It regards you, and you, in your mind's eye, see the hole in its chest that was at one time you.
Well,
And you see other holes, similar, now filled.
oh. I just kind of like keep connecting back, just like in its head. It just feels just like this questioning, like, what does that mean? Why are these holes there in the first place, and why are these puzzle pieces like why does that exist? What are you?
Who am I?
I am almost complete. I am so close. You are a fracture. You are a splinter. You are subordinate to me. A part of my being. You ask me what I am? Why I am here? What are you? If not a modicum of me. I am Iron Man.
He said the thing. He said the thing.
What happens if I go with you? What happens if I don't?
If you go
What
with
happened to
me,
everyone else?
if you go with me, then we are perfect and we are complete. And we will return to our rightful position as king. Or you can squander this opportunity and let your friends destroy my birthright and yours.
Do I feel any? Yeah, everyone's like low, like slow. Like for me, like it's like everyone else is slow, and like I'm focusing in on this conversation so much, and I'm just
Yeah.
like,
All of the lights are out except a spotlight on him and you at this.
is it like? Do I feel like any like impulsive, like like pheromone, like attraction type of thing at all, or do I just feel like? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I feel any pull to even go towards him?
You're getting rizzed
I've
up.
been really tired, baby.
How much Riz do I feel?
Yeah. Well, how much charisma does this guy got? Is this guy the Rizzler?
Oh, no.
Got the W Riz.
Are you asking like whether you have an impulse that affirms that you like were part of this creature?
Yes. Yes, exactly. Like,
there is a sense in which you did. It's a lot like a almost as though he's an old friend group from high school. And it's like you feel this like instinctive camaraderie, but also an implicit alienation where like you're not the same now.
Like they're not the same now, or like collectively both are not the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Like
but most especially like you. They are in many ways what they were, and you are in many ways no longer so.
I take the glaive and like take it over my head and like stick it on my back, like some fungus just kind of grabs onto it. And then I start slowly walking towards the circle.
Yeah.
And I raise one, and as I'm walking, my hands start, one hand, then another, like I put all my hands out as like light starts collecting in them. As like, almost as if light itself around me is darkening and concentrating in my hands. And as I'm walking towards him, I said, in his head, I said, I am not what you think I used to be. I prefer to be a follower of the light, of the one true God. And as I collect all my hands together, create this concentrated like light ball, like actively around me, like this area that we're in, just seems like it got really dark as this ball of light is right in my hands. And I just throw it to land like right where that hole is. As I cast a spell that I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head because I just looked at it a second ago. Drowsy's Storm of Radiance. And attempt to nuke him.
Wow. Exciting.
Volton is right there.
Oh, I know. It's gonna be fine.
Are we all getting hit?
Light can't hurt me.
You might be.
Okay.
You might be, sorry.
Is it a deck save?
It's a con save, actually.
Darn it.
Hey, yo.
Hey, everybody, actually, you all have +5 on your saving throw.
You're darn right we do.
If you're
Because I am totally not a paladin. Yeah.
What happens if we get a natural
head.
20 on our save?
Wait, so what's going? Wait, so he's nuking? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna nuke it.
Huh.
I'm gonna voluntarily fail just so I can make you feel bad.
It's a fun little spell.
It's not. I don't think it's as much. Like, I think you all will actually survive this. It'll be just fine.
It's a 10-foot radius, 40 feet tall. It's actually just
Actually, it's 10 feet. It's 10 feet radius, 100 and. Well, no, that's range. Sorry. Yeah, 40-foot tall cylinder. You're right. Sorry.
So it is just Dravik, Volton, and Jaden that are going to need to make our saving throws.
Wait,
Is it curse on his head too?
Yeah, I'm on his head as well as yeah. Everyone's on
I think
him.
everyone's like on some part of its body.
On him, yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, and like, so does the radiant, that +10 to saving throws, go to the people at the bottom too?
It's +5 to saving throws.
Yeah, +5.
And they're probably within 10 feet, yeah.
Okay, cool. Even better.
What's the saving throw again?
17. Con.
Constitution. Okay.
Yeah, I beat that by like 10.
Yeah, I'm like, I think most of you guys are gonna be fine.
Yep.
Except for Curse, he's apparently dead.
19 plus 5, right? For the
Yeah, you're fine.
paladin bonus. Yeah.
This is more of like it's a cool sounding spell. Effectively, I don't know how well it's effective.
Oh
this
yeah,
is.
I would imagine little guy just has no idea what he's actually doing with it.
Oh no,
so-
like little guy
yeah.
just kind of like concentrated ball of energy and just like kind of chucks it at it, and it like just lands right underneath where that hole is, and at that moment it happens, it's just almost like a mushroom cloud that explodes into this radiant storm as there's flashes of lightning and then radiant energy everywhere, just surrounding everyone. If
I got a natural
Is it-
2 for a 10.
Is it radiant damage?
radiant and thunder, so I'll do
Okay.
them separately.
Thank you, because yeah,
If
I'm
you're a
resistant
17
to
or
radiant.
higher, you pass, so you only take half
Okay,
damage.
pass.
So this would be the radiant damage, which would be 17 on die.
Okay, so 17,
8 for those who pass.
4 for
And
me.
then-
Aha.
The thunder damage would be 15. I actually rolled really well on both of those. That was fantastic.
Owen, I'd like you to know that I'm still up. It's fine.
Okay, good. Here's the other thing though. Creatures have the blinded and deafened conditions and can't cast spells with fertile components.
Hey, guess what, guys? I have blind sight.
Are we even if
Wait,
we
is that a you have to? Is that only if you fail, or is it for everyone in it?
When you are existing in it.
Wow.
Oh, it's just when you're in the area of effect.
A creature makes this save whenever it enters the spell for the first time on its turn or ends its turn there. So I'm assuming you all probably want to run away from that.
Yeah.
But it is a concentration spell and it will be there for a while.
Love that.
Everyone in the room can see a blinding pillar of light pierce the Underdark. It fills the magic circle perfectly and completely, as though God's power there had just been like intensified in a wild thunderclap. And little guy, you feel a presence leave the space.
Oh gosh. Does the
The
body
creature is no more. Bale King is dead.
when I sense that presence is gone, I end the spell. I kind of like the idea of like the spell actually kind of returns back towards me, so like it kind of condenses and then it's like almost like dust particles like shoot back into my hands type of thing, as if it was something that like I expelled outward and then came back in.
Where on the ground a titanic beast stood, there is now only a very small golden mask, shaped to fit little guy's head.
Does it? Do I feel any pull towards it at all, or is it
Yeah.
just kind of exist? Okay, if I feel a pull, I'm gonna start like kind of. Actually, regardless, I would start walking towards it. Curiosity, after all. I'm gonna go up and pick it up. What does it look
feels
like?
like a part of you.
It feels like what? Sorry,
A part of you.
a part of me.
Yeah.
When I hold it, does it want me to put it on? Like kind of like green. Okay, cool. I pick it up, and assuming no one stops me, I'm just gonna.
Mac is gonna stop you for.
Yeah, I
for a
know.
second.
I'm like, someone's
And-
probably gonna stop me here.
I'm like, little guy, do you know what that is? And as he's trying to strike up the conversation with little guy, he is gonna cast detect magic on it.
Yeah.
I'll listen to you. I'll hold it in my hands.
It's
Like I'm gonna stare at it, but
you can feel essentially a raw crystallization of little guy's magic present in this little mask.
It. I sense it almost belongs to you, little guy. It's an amalgamation of all different forms of magic. I think it's safe for you.
in your head, you hear correction. I think it is me. It's part of me wanting to be part of me again, as I put it on. If no one stops me.
Little guy, how does your appearance change as you put this mask on?
Oh, excellent. I'm going to pull up a reference picture real quickly that I will eventually show, but I'm going to describe first. Once I put on this mask, give me 1 second here. Things are loading and my brain cannot comprehend multiple things happening at once right now.
This song gives me directed by Michael Bay energy right now.
Honestly,
So when the mask goes on little guy, that moment it connects with his face. Just around where that mask touches little guy's face, there's bright light all the way around. Just shining everywhere. And then little guy just immediately, that light goes all the way across his body, crystallizes, forming into this chrysalis around him. And it just stays there for a moment. And then you could just feel this humming in the air. And during this, and next thing you know, there's a small crack that forms in the chrysalis as some golden spores just fly, kind of slowly spew out, making a little circle around him and making a bigger circle and a bigger circle. You're kind of getting the vibe that oh, I maybe shouldn't be standing here. Maybe I should step back a couple, dozen feet. As this big 15-foot circle of just golden spores are just around everywhere. And then all of a sudden they all just kind of go from laying on the ground, making this crop circle type of esque style thing, to just rising up and spinning, tall, till about 10 feet high. You have this golden spinning cloud of dust. And then the dust dissipates. And you see this golden light that is just 3 feet tall. It's the height of little guy. But starts to rise up, getting taller and wider, until you see this creature that's 7 feet tall with these large antlers ringing around its head, almost like a crown, with large insect-like wings behind it, glowing bright yellows and whites.
Who's that Pokemon?
It's little guy.
It's Pikachu! Darn it!
It's big guy.
And then the light fades until you can start seeing features a little bit better, details. And you can start seeing some fungus on this creature's body, and the brights turn to dark, either some yellows, some like darkers, almost like reds in some areas.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, I guess you still see little guy. Just he's 7 feet tall, maybe a little more mature in the face. He looks like he had a growth spurt over the summer. That added 4 feet.
His voice is deeper.
Yeah. Oh, big
And
Big guy.
It's me, big guy.
He
you
evolved.
hear in
Literally.
your heads, but at the same time, you see his mouth move, and you swear that you could actually hear him speak. And you're not sure if it's him speaking or it's in your head or both. I am Gabriel. Let me show you guys a picture.
He evolved from little guy to Gabriel.
Hey guys, here's your picture.
Oh shoot!
How do I?
Where is it?
Oh, it said pause.
Pause,
Tree group versus. Why did it stop? There we go.
Wow, I can see it.
There you go.
That's creepy.
Where is it?
What the heck?
Where
In
is
the
it?
watch stream.
What? Oh, wait. No,
Yes.
that's not it. What?
Hey, yo.
Hey,
Hey, yo.
I have no idea where this is.
It's in the watch
do you not see-
stream.
there should be on your end, if you zoom out so you can see the grid, so you see all the faces, you should see one that says watch stream.
If you hit the hide, if you probably unhit the hide
Oh, that's
camera
probably what it
participants.
is.
There you go.
That's probably it.
probably-
Bro. Hot car.
Those antlers, man.
Yeah. That's Faye right there if I ever saw.
The
There.
most Faye can be.
That's wonderful. That's crazy.
Now we're actually in anime vibes here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Gabriel, wow.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Angels do look terrifying though.
What's the
Is that little guy? Whoa.
Same vibes.
Actually, I get taller, and then when I got taller, my voice went higher. That'd be funny.
Little guy. First of all, steroids will do that, and second, if you would like to read the effects of the math.
Oh, cool. You did actually send it into our group chat, not me directly, just so you know.
I know.
Okay, whenever you cast
Oh, did
the
you
Contact Patron spell, you regain a Pact Magic spell slot. The following effects are added to your footsteps of the Fey options. Divine Protection. You gain the effects of the Sanctuary spell. Or Gift of Healing. Up to 2 creatures within 5 feet of the space that you left regain hit points up to 1d8 plus your Charisma modifier.
2 creatures? That's really interesting.
Boys.
It is an upgrade of what I have. I will take it. I'm also going to copy it, and then Tom, I'm going to just send it to our direct message you, so that way I can find it a little easier.
Okay. We should, by the way, I'm strongly in favor of having a like magic items text chat.
Oh,
I think that would be a tool
that could be a good tool.
and a resource. To be frank, it would be good to like be able to draw from that potentially, and it help us know where the Holy Avenger is. I
Pretty
wonder
sure
if that
Pope Michael
passes
has it.
down the speed of Peter.
Probably. I mean, Pope Michael
Yeah.
has it right
Yeah.
now. But that's like technically right now is, not right now, because right now is before right now.
What is right now?
Indeed.
What is truth?
We're in the prequels.
I release to you Barabbas.
Okay, That is finished.
Let's fight.
I've been waiting for this session for weeks, months.
Yeah. We're having plans come to fruition that we talked about like a long time ago. We were talking about this, Dan, I think on the way back from the bachelor party.
No, on the way back from Tristan's
Were we?
place. Not bachelor
There
party.
we were. Owen and I, that is to say, we're talking about this on the way back from Tristan's the little get together there.
Yeah, my inspiration for Tom was Bendy and the Ink Machine and Hollow Knight.
Right. I remember this now.
If y'all want to know the amount of AI art that Owen has sent me over the past, like, however long, is insane. And among them, the ones I took the most inspiration from were probably
Please drop those.
this one and
Wow.
Yep.
weirdly this one. Copy.
Whoa.
That looks really good.
That's crazy.
These two.
That's some good AI art, honestly.
Bro, AA art now is crazy.
Dude, let me show you. I wonder the second one you sent Tom. That doesn't actually surprise me. I was kind of like, I wonder if this one that you're.
Yeah.
Let me just show you real quick, y'all.
Oh wow.
Look at these images. This is actually from Heroes Forge.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Gosh.
Dude, it's bonkers. When was the first one I sent you? The first one I ever sent you was early December.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
Hey, yo.
This is very exciting. Everything's about to break.
What is reality?
There's a slight
Wait,
delay
can someone
between
do the
every
balloons
stream.
thing?
So good.
Someone do the balloons thing. Oh, there we go. Ooh.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Let's fight.
Can we all just do that at the same time?
Oh no.
Let's fight.
That's crazy.
Let's fight.
This is how you break the Matrix, boys.
I think we killed Tristan.
That's great. That makes me so happy.
Well, on that note, gentlemen, I have to go.
Someone is looped. Like I could hear.
It was a pleasure.
Everyone.
I think it's
Hey,
little guy's stream.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Ah,
Yeah, it is.
I love all the notifications off to the side.
Bye, Dan.
But
Bye.
So, if I may, quick, how did we feel about running? Like that was a combat, strictly speaking. but it didn't like really use initiative. It didn't bear a lot of the marks of like combat, right? Was that like? Was that okay? That was.
I like the feel. I like the idea of people playing off of each other. Like I saw like what Volton was doing, and Curse took advantage of like trying to take off the guy's head, or like we noticed the crack, so we all focused on that kind of thing. So there was. I do think that it it allowed all of us to kind of plan out what we were doing a little bit. Um, the only worry that I have with that is not everyone gets to go until the next one, but I don't think we had an issue with that. But
That's sort of my thing. Is I thought with the lack of an initiative structure, sort of, it sometimes felt there was a bit of a free for all as to who's going what, and like, oh, I need to get my action or something like that. I thought.
mhm,
Um, at the same time, what I like is I'm very much a proponent of not everything has to be exactly by the book, like rule of cool and like practicality of
yeah,
like what do you do on your turn? Oh, you want to do that? All right, roll some stuff, and we'll make it happen.
mhm,
As opposed to having to swipe through our character sheets for 5 minutes and figure out exactly what's going to happen every single time. It's like, what are you trying to do? Oh, this is what we're gonna do. All right, this is how we're gonna make it happen. And I really like that.
I saw a video of like of a DM kind of tip thing, and it was kind of interesting. Where I know that this is regarding initiative, but what if the big bad like that had multiple initiatives? Like they did multiple, like they had like 2 turns throughout a
That's
round.
largely what legendary actions are for.
True.
And enemy variety.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that was really the case in this fight, but um, yeah, like generally, if I were to do something like that, I would just give the big bad legendary actions.
Sure. Sure.
I think I enjoyed how it went. I think it just like Tom, as long as you're fine with doing more management on your side, I think that's the way that it can go smoothly, make sure everyone goes and stuff, which I think went really well.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm thinking of is I'm really curious to see how that would work with multiple enemies. So say
Yeah.
we were to do that sort of thing, like in the caverns with the whole like cult, like, how
Generally,
that would work. But
in that kind of situation, it would almost act like seeded initiative, where enemies move as like
units.
groups of enemies can move as a group, or
Yeah.
single particularly dangerous enemies can move as single.
Yeah. Or it's like, hey, my turn is attacking this mob of people or this type of person.
Right.
And it's
right.
almost like a swarm of ants versus an actual it's acted like a swarm of people.
I'm down for it. I think it just kind of feels more like it's like a little bit looser of a thing.
Obviously, it's for the record, I'm not proposing this for every combat going forward, especially not for the final boss fight.
Right.
This was definitely one that this was a thing I wanted to do for D&D.
Right.
I enjoyed it because of what I want, my expectations of what I wanted to happen. That was very fun for me to sit back and just be like, I can run away and be okay with this, and kind of this like me as a person just kind of like watch it as like a show for a little bit because I wanted to run away.
It's a good cinematic experience. It doesn't feel
Yeah,
like
it was really. I like the cinematicness of it. I need to go, so I'm gonna say goodbye. Tom, excellent DMing as always. Gents, I'll see you around.
Take
I
care.
look forward to meeting Phineas now instead of Teos, so that is an interesting upgrade there. Update.
Where's Ferb? Can I die and
He's
be
a parry.
Ferb?
Please.
Next person to
Or
die
actually,
gets to be
your
first.
sword or whatever weapon you use.
Yeah, that's his weapon. His weapon's name is Ferb. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ferb.
I fixed it, guys. We're good. Don't worry. I got us covered.
Later, bro.
Later.
I truly think that I liked the bounciness. The only I guess us as players, we have to be careful to make sure that we're not. And we did a really good job as players, but continuing to, okay, I have to wait until everyone has gone before I can go, or
I think
it
we're
kind of
well
makes
experienced enough to like I think we can manage that just fine.
yeah.
We shared the spotlight fine here. Obviously, like Mac was my biggest worry just because in fights against single powerful enemies, frankly, hard casters tend to suck a little more.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least like it against boss type enemies, it can very much be a like, well, they pass all their saving throws. I guess I'll go deal another d12 of witch bolt damage and have a good time. But I think so. I think y'all balanced that perfectly. I had like this is very much from Powered by the Apocalypse and Forged in the Dark work this way as game systems, where it's like actually in those systems the DM doesn't roll any dice. And in combat they're just responsible for kind of moving the camera around, as the books say. That's how they refer to it. There are some encounters in which I think that can be pretty effective.
Love that.
Anyway, yeah, mostly had to check for any like, hey, I don't love when we bend the rules that hard. I would understand where that's the case.
I think that with it being as slower than it was, the combat took around an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes, but I don't feel it felt like that long. Like, like if it was a little bit more structured, I feel like it would take a lot longer, but because we could build off of each other, because it was a lot more flowy, we had to be, us as players needed to be a little bit more engaged, which caused the combat to flow a little bit for us to like, for not feeling that like, I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Blake, on that?
And yeah, I thought I'm really. I mean, I'm sort of somebody in that though. I think the big concern is make sure everyone got an equal share of every turn. Which I think that's so that's really just on the DM to be working behind the scenes to make sure that happens. So again, if it works well, I frankly prefer it more to the strict everyone roll exactly what they want sort of thing. That just requires cooperation on our part and management on the DMs.
I think it could work.
It's just a higher responsibility way of playing, I guess. Which I think we can do just fine. Yeah, and we all know my opinion. I like combat to be fast and snappy and flowing, and I thought this really helped with that.
I wouldn't be opposed to doing this more normally and then doing more of a strict initiative when it's more complex. There's more things outside of combat. There are multiple types of enemies. There's like, with the initiative it creates a little bit more, it allows us as players to think a little bit more individually instead of like with this case, we kind of had to be playing off of each other, so we couldn't really plan on what was happening. So that might be another conversation. Like, how did Dan think about that? But
I don't play off of each other any more than normal. I think this format just allowed that to happen a little more organically.
Yeah.
Rather than initiative, which is kind of like limits your points of interaction with your fellow party members.
Yeah, I think I like a more intuitive initiative for sure.
Because like I knew that like partway through the combat, I'm like, oh, Curse has been standing in one spot for 3 turns. He needs to do something else, and I'm like, oh, okay, we have other refugees that are chilling in there, and then so Curse was gonna help out with that, like just to see if everything's okay and everything. but then I think that was when the circle came up and encapsulated the beast. I'm like, oh, okay, well, if things are going there, then all the more reason. And then there was the crack that showed up, and I'm like, oh, well, there's a weak point. That's really easy for Kirsch to go up there and
We said time, ground, and pound.
yeah. So